the untold history of a Tandere kingdom. There's a spirit walk with the innocents, and among them, a girl named Yanu carries powers even she doesn't understand. In a quiet village of a Tandere, where drums sang under moonlight and children played beneath the shade of ancient trees, lived a little girl named Yanu. She was no different from other children, barefoot, wild-haired, always chasing her mother's goats and hens around the compound. But in her heart lived a quiet sadness she could not explain. Yanu was born during a heavy rain, a kind of rain that made elders mutter about omens. Her cries were said to have calmed the storm, but no one thought much of it. Her mother, Mama Onyin, raised her alone, weaving baskets by the day and telling stories by firelight at night. One year, a strange illness swept through a Tandere. It came like a thief in the wind. At first, it started with cough and then fever. Healers tried roots and herbs, but none could stop it. The more they tried using herbs, the illness was getting worse and spreading faster, killing both adults and children. One morning, Mama Onyin didn't rise from her mat. That very morning, Yanu, after dropping down the water she went to fetch from the stream, noticed her mother was not out sweeping as usual. Yanu went to the mom's bedside and called on her, but noticed there was no response. She shook her, whispering, "Mama, the sun is up." But Mama Onyin's breath had left her. Yanu with grief ran out while screaming for help. This illness has crawled into the home of Mama Onyin, and death has taken advantage. The next morning, the villagers gathered in grief while the women wrapped the body in white clothes and began their mourning songs. Yanu sat frozen beside her dead mom, too young to understand, but old enough to feel its emptiness. She felt like she has been left alone in this world, with her thoughts hovering through clips of different moments of her and her mother, Mama Onyin. As she got so deep in her thoughts while staring at her mother's corpse, hot, endless tears streamed down her face. The tears dropped silently, each drop heavy with grief. One tear slid down her cheek and landed on Mama Onyin's hand. The body twitched. Another tear fell. Her mother's fingers caught. The women gasped as Mama Onyin's chest rose, her eyes fluttering open like waking from a long dream. The morning turned into screams and shocks, not of fear, but in joy and happiness. "Mama," Yanu whispered with her eyes wide open. "My child," Mama Onyin said, with her voice hoarse. "I dreamed I was walking through a dark forest, but something warm called me back." The villagers rejoiced, calling it a miracle. Some said it was the gods, others said it was the ancestor's spirit. No one noticed the trail of tears that shimmered on Yanu's cheeks or the soft glow that faded from her fingertips. Time passed. Mama Onyin regained her strength, and other people from the village that were ill and couldn't walk regained their strength and started living their life again. Life returned to normal, but the truth of that day remained a mystery. Yanu's tears was a healing to the land. Yanu never knew that her tears had healed death and bring healing to the land of a Tandere. That within her flowed is the old magic of a Tandere forgotten for generations. She grew up believing she was just a village girl with no special gift. But sometimes, when someone was hurt or crying, she would sit beside them and without knowing why, their pain would fade. What happens when Yanu finds out about the power she is carrying? What happens when the mother finds out that she was healed by the tears of Yanu? Follow us and subscribe for the next episode